Hey Wargamers, KhadorGuy09 here. Just a quick disclosure before this video. My opponent tonight, he wanted to face a heavy armoured army. I was going to bring usual infantry spam, but he requested heavy armour, which isn't something I usually do with Khador. But you know, it's always good to mix it up a bit. So I'm taking eButcher. I haven't played him in probably about 9 months. But he's great fun. So yeah, I've sort of put together what I thought would be fun and reasonably competitive, I hope, because I like to play all my games competitively, while still, you know, keeping the heavy armor theme. So I've got, you know, like 3 jacks and the shock troopers, which I I really don't like, but I'll give them a run out, you know, for this one, because you can't get much more heavily armored than a shock trooper, well, with heavy infantry. Anyway, I'm waffling on. So yeah, that's just an explanation of why I'm taking the army that I am. It's just a bit of fun, and also a fun little experiment for me, just to see, you know, if see if I can still play Khador without taking, you know, my standard loads of infantry. So I hope you enjoy the battle report. I haven't actually played it yet, so I don't know what's going to happen tonight. So yeah, have fun. See you in a few seconds. Hey Wargamers, KhadorGuy09 here, bringing you another battle report. As I said in the intro earlier on, I'm using Butcher 2, so I got him, War Dog, Beast09, Devastator and Kodiak, with Shock Troopers and a Kovnik. I've also got Yuri, 2 Manhunters, Fenris and a Dracoon, well, a horse, but my opponents allowed me to call him a Dracoon. My opponent
no dismount.
No dismount, very important. He's got Epic Baldur, Feral Wartwolf, is that a Gnarlhorn Satyr?
No, this is the Riphorn.
Riphorn, Megalith, Getorix, Gatorman Posse, and Shifting Stones. So the scenario is Rally Point, Friendly Zone, Control for 1, no, Dominate for 1 even, Enemy Zone, Control for 1, Dominate for 2, 2 objectives, Destroy for 1, and they grant Valor, Forest, Concealment, Cover, Hill, Obstacle. So yeah, I've got first turn, should be a bit of fun. On to Khador, turn 1. So, end of Khador turn 1, I rolled a 3, so I got 4 focus. For Butcher, 1 to the Devastator, he ran up, everything just ran. Manhunters and Yuri shuffled up a bit. Butcher put Ravager on himself and charged to get up a bit further. Dracoon and Fenris just ran up on the flank, right over there. Hopefully, yeah, you can still kind of see them in the camera shot. Okay, so on to Circle, turn 1. So end of circle turn 1, the Gators moved up onto the hill, did Dirge of Mist, so +1 death and terror. The Megalith trampled and then did Geomancy to put Roots of the Earth on himself. All the other beasts just ran up, they all walked for armor, I think. Yeah, the Feral walked for armor. The stone shifted up a bit. Then Baldur moved up, put down his wall in front of the Nullhorn, so the white tile there is the wall, and he put Roots of the Earth on Getorix and on the Riphorn, that's it, yeah, Riphorn, not Nullhorn. So on to Khador turn 2. So end of Khador turn 2, Butcher got 4 focus again. I charged Yuri at the stone. It was barely in, but like this, it's slight, like a hair's length. My opponent was very gracious and gave it to me. So he hit automatically, but then rolled appalling on the damage. It was only dice -5. Yeah, dice -5, 5 boxes, so he needed 10 on 4 dice. And got an 8 on 4, so a bit disappointing because that would have been very, very nice. Oh well. Shield march to the shock troopers. They advanced up. Beast just ran up. Butcher put boundless charge on the Devastator and moved up behind. Kodiak ran over, so Butcher's sort of cocooned in a wall of iron there. Hopefully. Devastator, Manhunter shuffled over, Devastator charged one of the Gators at an angle, and failed his charge obviously, but got into the zone. Dracoon moved over a little bit, and Fenris ran right over to the other corner, basically. Yeah, almost out of the camera. So on to Circle, turn 2. So, circle turn 2, and that is the game. So what happened is the stones teleported, or the Gorax put Primal onto the Feral for +2/+2, and then the stones teleported him behind Butcher. Some other stuff happened. Megalith trampled, put up his animus to try and catch Butcher in Undergrowth to do -2 defense, but he was about 1/4 of an inch shy. Getorix charged Beast09, took off all but 8 box damage, and crippled but only crippled the Cortex. The Riphorn charged, actually just walked into the Kodiak, but absolutely whiffed his rolls and only put 2 damage on him. EBaldur moved up to get the Feral in his control range, and the Feral just killed Butcher. So yeah, I was undone by the shifting stones there. If stupid Yuri, cost me the game.
Yuri lost you the game.
Yeah, but to be honest, I maybe should have been a bit more conservative with Butcher, or just sort of maybe put the Kodiak a little bit closer to him. So to prevent the Feral being put down. But because it's within 8, not completely within 8, it's just the threat range is insane. But yeah, that's what you get when you play Circle. But yeah. Okay. Hi guys, KhadorGuy09 here again. We decided to do a rematch because the last one was over way too quickly. So
that's what she said.
But, oh, shut up. Yeah. So exact same scenario, pretty identical setup, pretty much. But I've got the Dracoon and Fenris in slightly different places. But I'm going again, same scenario. So on to Khador turn 1. So end of Khador turn 1, Butcher actually got 7 focus this turn, so he was able to put Ravager on himself and Fury up on the Shock Troopers. Everything just ran up. The Dracoon's behind, over here now, and Fenris is in the woods, and yeah, that's it. So on to Circle turn 1. So end of Circle turn 1, pretty similar to the last game. Megalith trampled up, did Roots of the Earth. All the War Beasts just ran, warped for armor if they could. Feral warped for armor. Gatorman did Dirge of Mists and just ran up. Stones shifted a little bit. EBaldur moved up, put Roots of the Earth onto Getorix and the Riphorn, and he got 1 worm token, so that gives him +1 strength, but it means he takes a point of damage. But Megalith can heal him D3 each turn. And that is it. So on to Khador turn 2. So, end of Khador, turn 2. Yuri charged the Gatorman in the middle and did a Thresher attack. Rolled pretty bad on the damage show on the middle one and left him on 2. However, he spiked on the one on the right of him and killed him, but did Snake Eyes on the one to the left. The first Manhunter charged the Gatorman near the wall and killed him. The other one tried to charge Gatorman but was out. The Fenris just moved over into that zone. The Covenant gave the Men of War shield march. They advanced 6 and then used their shield cannons to take out the stone. Butcher put up. Oh yeah, Butcher. He got 4 focus this turn. He upkept both his spells, put Boundless Charge onto the Devastator, and moved up a little bit. Moved up himself. Beast09 ran over to in front of the building. War Dog moved behind Butcher. Dracoon ran up just to edge the zone, and Kodiak moved up next to the Shock Troopers. So on to Circle, turn 2. So end of circle, turn 2. Trying to remember everything that happened. The Rip Horn moved up, double-handed through a shock trooper, but it scattered back towards him. So he was there, knocked down, and he took a little bit of damage. Took 2 points of damage. Then the Feral walked for armor, attacked one of the shock troopers and managed to kill him. Getorix, oh, you're just shifting this thing. You cheat! You filthy. No, I'm joking. Getorix moved up. I countercharged him with the Dracoon. Did 14 damage, was it? 14 damage. But unfortunately, I did it to his mind. So I took out his mind. But so that means he lost a dice on attack rolls, but because he's max 7 and my stuff was all defense 10, 11, it didn't make it, so he was only rolling 1 dice to hit, but it obviously didn't matter, so obviously a spirit or body would have been a lot more useful there. So he proceeded to kill the Dracoon I charged in and put 5 damage onto the shock trooper closest to him. Megalith, I think, trampled up, didn't do his animus, because there's not much point. The Gators went, did rerolls, so cold-blooded rerolls against living, Khador, Yuri, and the 2 manhunters. eBaldur moved up, put down the rock wall in front of the Gators. Obviously, he did his feat this turn. Took 2 damage from the 2 worm tokens he's got on him, and tried to do a crevasse at the Kodiak. Hit him, but at dice -8, he boosted, but still no damage. So on to Khador, turn 3. Okay, so end of Khador turn 3, and that's the game. Butcher, upkept Fury left on the Shock Troopers left. Ravager drop. The Shock Troopers put some damage onto the Riphorn, then Butcher charged in. He put Fury on himself, Cock Feet charged in. Killed my own Shock Trooper but took out Megalith, Feral, and Getorix.
He's got a visor.
Yeah, and then Fenris went, charged. The 2 gators killed 2 of them, but only 1 was in the feet range. Beast charged up with +2 speed and mat, took out the 2 stones. The Kovnik charged, the Riphorn finished him off. The Devastator was out of command range, so he just shuffled over a bit. So I got 6 rage tokens from my feet, gave them to Beast and Fenris. Beast moved up, still at +2 speed and mat from Conferred Rage, and got boxcars on the first hit with Icebreaker, so crit stationary Baldur, and then him and Fenris just wailed on him, used up all his transfers, and Baldur was left on 1. Yeah, Baldur was left on 1, but Norbert's called it there because there's not much. He's got 1 Gatorman and Baldur with 1 health left. So yeah, I think I should play Butcher 2 more often. He's a bit crazy, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 battle reports. I think I've redeemed myself a little bit for losing in turn 2. So yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.